Hello and welcome everybody, part 17 here of the Dutch Darthmod campaign. First off, I have changed my mic setting since the last part, which was incredibly loud, some of you were saying, my actual voice. And I have lowered it back down to what I previously had. But I would really like some comments, just generally letting me know how the balance is. I'm not too... I've tweaked so the in-game sounds and music should be higher, but obviously I do have to tweak them a bit more with Darthmod because it has boosted the sound, especially when I zoom in on a load of men fighting. They are screaming really loudly, which is why I don't like to have that effect setting too high, because they do scream a lot and it's not exactly that pleasant and you can't hear me then. But the main thing is, how well can you hear me on your speaker settings, your headphone settings, however you're listening? Is it kind of a standard good level? If not, I am sort of potentially looking at getting a new headset in the future with a bit of a better mic that sort of a bit closer and can be has clearer sound and things like that, and a bit louder. Anyway, so we have various things to do with this part. It will be 1 hour because you chaps did thumb up the other one over 400 times, which is now the new point to hit. If you get 400 likes on any of the Dutch campaign videos from now on, that will be a 1 hour episode next time. I'm going to invade Denmark and declare war. Yeah, everyone's sort of joined the various factions. We'll send the armies in. I'm sending 4 full stacks in, purely because I definitely want to be able to take Copenhagen. I'm kind of prepared to have to use up 1 in to take out any units they have. I'm going to bring this one right up here. So as we can see, there's Copenhagen. They pretty much spammed stocked units in there and move forward with the other ones. We won a battle here, I believe, previously. We're now obviously going to challenge them here. Bring this one back a little bit, just if they can, just all attacking the trade routes. But if they try and attack me here, they will be owned. So there's 4 full stacks here, and there's another full stack in England, waiting 1 more turn for the 74 gunships to be ready, and then we will be moving south. And here, this is the final collection of ships, of merchantmen that I'm building for my trade fleet, which is also going to accompany my army. We're all just gathering up here in the Irish Sea, ready to send them down to collect some more ivory, because I've pretty much flooded the markets with the various trade-related goods up here. Even though those fleets aren't completely maxed out with ships, they are starting to now drop their price, so obviously I don't want that happening, because I'm getting a huge amount of wealth in, and I want to get more ivory from Africa. Currently sitting on 10k, which is good. So I'm going to bring these guys just to here, ready to move out with the rest of the fleet, and then we've got to find some ivory along here. There's some here, but it's probably already been taken by the French. Tea is there. Actually, I'm going to have a look at what the other commodities are that are pretty good. Sugar's actually alright, so if that one's not being taken by anyone, which I think that's Kingdom of Portugal, that is being taken. Spices, coffee. And spices are alright, they would work. Coffee, not particularly. I've got spices there, and I think there's probably, yeah, coffee and coffee there. And even there's probably some up over here. Yes, there are. Furs and furs. But so I want to try and get the ivory if I can. If not, I'm going to boost my existing fleet, which I have down here, to get some more. Please, sir, I want some more. More ivory, please. Here, we're looking at Sardinia. We've exempted it from tax because everyone's happy here now. And this army is pretty much good to go. So we're just going to take them over to the port, let them replenish for a few more turns. They're on moderate replenishment rate. Should be good in a few more turns. We're going to take out Naples with them. Meanwhile, we're holding off their fleet here. And then we will look to strike at the Russians with that other army that's coming down. We're going to sail straight along and take Istanbul. From that point, start attacking at the Ottomans, backstab them a little bit, just a smidge. You can see there's not too many nations actually left, so it's going to be quite easy to start mopping them up. But we are going to have to very shortly once I've taken Istanbul, we're going to have to start looking at taking France on, because I want to start taking Portugal, I want to start taking Spain and cut that part of the map off. Once I've taken Denmark, Sweden out, I want to start descending into the middle of Europe. So hopefully I'll have those 4-stack armies which I can then divide, some to take Paris, central France here. There will be around about a main army per sort of section, so there'll be a main army around here, main army around here, maybe 1 or 2 here, which will have to push them back for a time, and then we can push forward. So you can see there's one army here, and then the remnants of another one. But they've obviously got these elite guard units, which I don't benefit from. But anyway, we're researching, what was this? Abolishment of slavery, I think. Yes, and what else? Classical economics, yes. But I'm going to end turn there, because I'm about to embark on a very interesting military campaign into Denmark with 4 stacks. So that should be good fun. French just sailing away down past Portugal. I'm quite surprised that Spain hasn't taken out Portugal yet. They've somehow managed to survive. Normally Portugal goes pretty quickly if Britain doesn't intervene. Obviously I took out Britain, so they lost their main ally there, but they allied up with Spain. Well, I mean, you can see on the map France has extended all the way to the Russian border and actually starting to push in now. We'll have a quick look at that briefly. So you can see they've pushed all the way up to here, East Prussia, Poland and Hungary, and technically where they're allies as well, they hold all of this section. They have really pushed the Russians back, and I mean, they're definitely fighting the front lines right there. If we could take out Sweden and Denmark up here, then there's no trouble in the north at all. I've got pretty much complete control there. And yeah, then I want to whittle away at the Ottomans. Ideally I want to try and do this without getting the French involved. I want to keep them out of the war, or I don't want to start a war with them until the last moment. Basically I want to pick away at their allies until I absolutely have to attack them, because that will be the hardest challenge I'll face. Right, so this ship with all my men on is going to sail down here, and along with them is going to happily sail this trade fleet, which I will see if I can bulk up this one here with ivory, but it might flood the market and might be counterproductive to what I actually want to do. So currently we're getting 4,600 odd out of here. They need another whole row of ships, so literally try putting all of these in here and see if that's... No, that helped massively. I'm now getting 9k out of that spot. What's here? T. Probably just drop these other ones nearby. Tea is actually pretty good to get, so we'll have some tea, please. There we go. So in fact, with that in mind, that money is really going to be helping, and I can get some more tea. Just starting to produce more merchantmen. I'll go 2 at a time this time from all of my ports, and then I'll assemble the fleet again before I send them down, rather than sending them each turn individually. A bit more protected, a bit more strength in numbers that way. Okay, so military academy here. We've got army staff college we can upgrade to here once we've learnt that. But now we've got this. We've got some Jaegers, the line infantry, the guard grenadiers, which aren't very good at accuracy. These guys have already been built. Sharpshooters already been built, which are my closest thing to elite infantry. It's the only thing I'm kind of a bit peeved that they don't really have their own specialised, or their infantry isn't amazing. Which I think I do end up doing this every turn, just checking out what their ultimate infantry is, because I can never remember. They've got good cavalry though. I mean, they've got guard hussars, which are very effective. But it's the fact that their best infantry unit, or that you can easily spam out, is just their line infantry, which by this point will only have 34 accuracy. Might have a bit more, but that's about it. But yeah, they're not amazing. The grenadiers are actually a bit more better off, but their range is not as good. So obviously guard grenadiers awesome. So we just have to spam out the infantry and let them get their veterancy up. I mean, I think the guys in some of these armies here with their veterancy will be looking towards, you can see 36. If we get them to the max levels, then I mean they'll be looking at respectable numbers. We've got lots of grenadiers here. Respectable accuracy. Obviously not like these units. I wish there was more units like this. So at least 40 was the main, because it would help against the other European nations, especially Denmark, because these units have 43 at the moment. I miss my Denmark campaign. Oh, why didn't I move forward? I don't know why I didn't just attack there. I just wanted to threaten Copenhagen a little bit more, just standing here looking at them. Whoops, hit the wrong turn button. But hey, it's fine. We've got plenty of time still to kill them. Not a problem. Got them till 1813, I believe. I will check though. I think we've still got plenty of time. It is a long campaign. Because I was just reminiscing about the Denmark campaign. A shame I didn't manage to really win that one. I got owned. Darthmod would be pretty interesting with that one, but we'll leave that open. There might be another campaign once this finishes, although I do have plans for a Third Age campaign, and if I can get round to it, a Rome Total War campaign. But there is still quite a long time before Rome 2 comes out, so I might wait for that as a New Year Let's Play. But I definitely want to do a Third Age Let's Play, following on from one of these, and once I finish the Fall of the Samurai one, we'll look as to whether we do any more Shogun 2 and return to the Sendai campaign as well. General available. Oh, that's lovely. These have all got generals, I believe. Right, now we're going to attack. Okay, they're attacking me with just this force here. And I'm actually going to risk the auto-resolve. Oh, and that is why I'll never auto-resolve that ever again. How did that happen? How did I... What the hell? They had 1,200 men, I had 4,600... What? How the hell did that happen? And my general got killed. Absolutely fantastic. I lost my good general. Okay, what have we learned? Auto-resolving is crap. I know this already. I've done this in so many campaigns now. Absolutely ridiculous. What was I thinking? Well, that army's coming back home already. Better start getting some more troops ready for them. To be fair, it won't take long. What do they need? They need... obviously the Grenadiers didn't do great. Oh, that Grenadier did alright. This one did alright. But we need 1, 2, 3. We'll probably just replace all the infantry, so I'm just going to make a brand new army over here. Okay. We'll chuck in some Guard Grenadiers, just for good measure. No, Guard Grenadiers. I said Guard Grenadiers. Where are they? I can't buy them. Why not? Have I got too many? You can only have one. Oh, that sucks. Right, well, we'll chuck in another unit of Grenadiers just for good luck. Okay, so we've learnt that you do not automatically resolve. And they weren't being reinforced at all. So, don't know really what happened there. We'll go in with... Let's choose an army. We'll go in with this one next. Okay, and I mean, look, the auto-resolve here should mean an instant win, but I'm going to have to fight this myself, because I really don't trust the auto-resolve right now. So yeah, that was fun. That worked out well. Whoops. I did it again. So, didn't Lionheart do well there? Instantly loses a full stack, and yeah, the 4 armies on Denmark become 3. But we'll replenish that one and get that one up there pretty darn quick. Okay, so on the battlefield, I just want to smash these guys, especially after they humiliated me in front of you all on YouTube. Cannons centered from something like... Oh, this is annoying. Right. One group. I'm gonna have slightly different grouping of one part of the line. Oh, one of the lines here that I normally have. The other one, group 3, on the right of the artillery. Like so, and then I'm going to have my elite units, because I'm going to treat these as elite units, like I do with my, if you see my online battles, I often have them on one flank and I swing them round. So I'm going to have these guys over on my left, which means I will have the majority of my good cavalry. Well, I'll have these two anyway. over on the right. Cavalry will be important on this. Just jump over here with the mini-map and have these light dragoons there, and then my general, let's put him behind the artillery. Okay, so we're just out of range of the enemy artillery. Don't think they're going to move forward anytime soon. The cavalry might. But yes, talking of cavalry, get them both running down the flanks. And in fact, I am just going to commit my elite infantry forward for this. They are moving forward with their cannon. They're moving back with their cannons. Okay, well, which one of these is the horse artillery? We'll limber them up and we'll bring them forward because they can move forward a bit quicker. But we're just going to move forward with the light infantry, with the elite infantry. Now these guys are interesting because they're a light infantry. They've got light infantry doctrine, but I prefer to use them in line. But they won't use fire by rank, so it's probably better if I do have them in light infantry doctrine, because I can still do as much damage as a line infantry regiment. In fact, more. And the line infantry can just form up here. Okay, so my horse artillery is ready here. No, it's not. Why is it not ready? Oh, it's just getting in position. Okay, that cannon's pretty well done. Good accuracy. So you can now see on the minimap my cavalry is flanking them on both sides. I'm going to push forward with the horse-drawn artillery. Make them run down there. The enemy is just pulling back. They've got these horse guards, which that might have helped them, but they wouldn't have been able to defeat a whole full stack. And then they've got these regiments. But Denmark is putting up a fight, more of a fight than I did in my campaign with them, which is a bit annoying. I'm going to bring these cavalry around here now. And this cavalry will bring round here. One, to get them out of the range of the cannon should they unlimber, which they are doing now I believe, but also to just put pressure on the enemy on the flanks. Meanwhile, infantry is moving forward. Cavalry is pulling forward the cannons, but the men have been left behind because there's added crews for Darthmod, the larger size units. These guys on the wheel archers managed to do Usain Bolt sprinting. Look at them go. Whereas the others aren't as fast. They're sort of fun runners. So we'll get them unlimbered here and start firing. But we're going to push up on the cannons from the flanks. These guys are probably pretty tired now, so we're just going to have them march over here. And then these guys, like so. We'll get the skirmishers to run to get them into position. We're going to wait until my infantry's in position, and then I'm going to push up on the cannons as well as the infantry. I'm going to get them to try and target the horses straight away. Cavalry. So we've hit barrage, which should increase their reload skill dramatically, and we're just about to fire against their cavalry. That is not only hitting the regiment in front of them, but also hitting the cavalry quite well as well. Doing lots of damage there. So these are horse guards, so I don't really trust my my light dragoons to be able to take them down. So we're going to use the guard hussars and regular hussars to charge in. Try and draw them away while we charge into their cannon with the other unit of light dragoons, and then hit them with the other light dragoon unit. So they'll be hit from two flanks. And this should happen at just about the same time as those units coming in, just a second after. And we're going to push up with the sharpshooters now against their cannon and get the line infantry running in there. Oh, we've taken down their general. Smashing. That's for taking out my general. Going to take out this unit here. My guard hussars charging in, and they're now going to be helped out with these light dragoons, as this unit now charges into the cannon. I said charges into the cannon, although they did manage to get out of the way just so my sharpshooters could fire a volley. Need to get out though because the chaps have formed square, so we will push in with the line infantry, and we're going to jump out with all the cavalry now. Because they form square, we've managed to crush quite a lot of their units. Their cannons are pretty ruined. Get my horse artillery to fire over here. I'm going to push up with the sharpshooters. We'll put them on barrage again, target the square. And with the hussars we're going to charge into their line infantry. Finish them off if we can. Here they go. Oh, they did manage to form square with that second unit, which is not good, so we need to pull them out. Wasn't watching, also going for dramatic charge. So here the Waldeck regiment is moving forward. These guys come out of square, and they should get a horrific volley. Second rank. Sharpshooters are just getting ready to send off another volley. Go, picking their targets well, and we're now going to push up against these squares here and change the cannons to this square. Sharpshooters decimating the foot artillery. Guard hussars over on this flank now. And with this unit now we're going to charge these routing regiment down, because this square will not last much longer, considering my cannon shot just landed straight in the middle of them there. And now my two elite regiments are moving up on the enemy. Just reloading so they can do fire by rank once again. Their officer ready with his sword. The sharpshooters, some of them are ready. Have finished reloading and they are just firing off some shots, and they've now broken. So in with the cavalry to mop them up. I'm going to continue just to make sure we finish them all off. My cavalry to absolutely decimate them all. Get the cannons now to limber up so they don't fire anymore. Have the sharpshooters charge in, or at least drive them away before the guard hussars arrive. This guy's just being chased down now by the remainder of the cavalry. I can fast forward that. So the final units are brought down. One of the few left over there. And the guard hussars just mopping up what's left. Got a unit in here somewhere though. Which I'm desperately trying to look for. Ah, here we go. Guard hussars have locked on. Over here we're done. Just a few units tailing off over at the end here. In fact, it's just the one. Can they get him before he crosses the line? Yes, they will. Down, and this unit escapes. Over here. Where is it? Just one, I think. Just one makes it home from the 4th Regiment. The Fuhren Infantry Regiment. Only one. A close victory, apparently. I think it was more of a massacre, but the game can disagree if it wants. So, that time I lost 154, which is far more like it, and the enemy lost pretty much all their men. They're gone. So we're now going to move across with my remaining armies. And then it's time to attack with all my armies reinforcing. But we're going to continue the siege. Just bring these guys up like so. Around. In fact, I'm going to try and bring the armies around to different points, so that when we do fight this... no. They are all attacking from different angles. So this one from around here. See this one here, attacking. Oh, I'm going to hate myself for this. Oh, thank God, it was an auto-resolved victory. Lost far too many men though. Confident general, brave soldier, attacking general, but he did level up a bit. I mean, these guys are all good generals. They'll get there. Did have another good general, but unfortunately he got killed. I just need to bring this army back here to replenish. Still got all those guys replenishing, and right, the ship here. Ooh. My fleet. Going to move them through here. Their target is Istanbul, which apparently they'll make it in 2 more turns. This army up here, let's see how it's replenishing. Pretty well, getting there. Upgrading the military college there, and it'll be done soon. So, I've got lots of money to spend. I guess I could start upgrading this army military college. Anything that needs upgrading here. Ordnance, I guess. Might as well build a star fort in London. Can't upgrade that though. And I'll save the other 5k for next turn. I was going to check the objectives, wasn't I? Again, we'll do that at the beginning of the next part before I start anything. I don't know who they were. Well, they were attacking the Russian fleet then, I believe. I was thinking for a moment France had turned on the Ottomans, in which case, happy days. Gives me free roam to just attack them at will. If they're no longer an ally or friend of France, makes things a lot easier. Kingdom of Spain. So, here we go. Got lots of things recruited, lots of merchantmen everywhere, but I think everywhere has another... No, they don't. Their 2 ships are already. Brilliant. And we've got to run before the Russians arrive. Although, I think even a whole fleet of merchantmen might actually be able to beat the Russians, unless they've got a 74 gunship there. I don't know. Knowing the AI, it would beat me. So, and the 2 here. And we'll bring them down to increase the tea trade that I've got going on. But let's take a look now. We've swollen the market. Yes, I mean, ivory's dropped dramatically. Sugar's still high. Tea not so much. Spices, actually, with this fleet would be a good idea. I believe there are some spices here, so that would do well. Because otherwise I will be ruining the market. French here with an interesting fleet. Oh, they've got a carronade frigate. I do want to try one of them myself, actually. I'll build a couple. Okay, from Amsterdam we've got these units here, which we're going to send up to Oldenburg, where this general will be moving down himself and replenishing. Bring them back to Oldenburg. Then we need cavalry. Yeah, it needs a bit more cavalry. Dragoons or guard dragoons. Hello, they sound good. Guard dragoons and some dragoons for them. Maybe some more dragoons. Can't have enough dragoons. So we're going to let them try and surrender. We're just keeping these guys all here. I can't get... There we go. So 3 different, hopefully, points of the city where we'll invade if I have to fight this battle, unless they give up. And more money to just upgrade the infrastructure here. Don't really want to build star forts everywhere just yet, but we'll see. Edinburgh looks like it needs something upgrading. Yes, everyone needs an ordnance board now. This needs upgrading. Merchant house. Okay, let's take a look in Sardinia. Are they happy now? No. I can't like, unexempt them from tax for another turn, probably until they get the drill school. This army here, few more turns still, and then they can take out Kingdom of Naples. Probably just remove one ship actually to take them across, so we'll bring just one ship round. Because the other 74 guns should be able to deal with the fleet that's there, because it looks like they've only got small brigs. My fleet is going to move, continuing along here towards Istanbul. The Spanish on Sicily. There we go, got a little navy there. Athens. Janissary Grenadiers, eh? Bring them over here and take out the Russians. So that will all be occurring next turn. My trade fleet will be moving next turn as well. End turn. Oh, I did it again. Didn't check the objectives. I'm writing a note. So it's right in front of my screen for next turn. Huge note now on my screen saying objectives check. Stuck at the bottom of my screen. Right. Well, end turn happened pretty quickly. We'll just go through these and then I'm going to check the objectives. Thankfully the end turn phase isn't that long at all, so I can actually remember what I'm talking about. Objectives, we've got until late December 1813. It's good, we've got to claim all these regions here, which is what I plan on doing when I decimate France. I'll have captured quite a few regions around here as well, and Spain. So I've only got 2 of the 11 listed territories, and I've only got total regions held 7 of 20. But that's about to all change in a moment. Starting with Istanbul. I'm going to grab some spices from over here. Some more ivory here, but the French have already got that, and the cost of that on the market now has dropped quite considerably. Spices are still good though. Spice is nice. Right. How is this army? Just that one unit of cavalry. I can't bother to wait the extra turn for them to gain 7 more men. So we're going to go and invade Naples now. Embarrassing cousin. Lovely. Oh, look at them there. Drop my guys in French territory. My army. And then we'll move on them next turn. They're just assuming they've just spammed line infantry. Yes. I'll have to fight it myself, but I should be able to win it quite easily. And then that's Naples gone. I've got kind of a stepping stone all the way to my ultimate goal of Istanbul over here. The Russians have a kind of an army moving forward here, and they've got not too many men actually in Istanbul. I'm going to land my army now and look to attack Istanbul next turn. Keep my fleet here, and I can actually start raiding the territories here. In fact, from here I can launch attacks into Russia and start taking out Russia, but then it's whether I want Russia as an ally to start taking on France or not. We will see. These guys still not surrendering. They're taking their time. Bring these guys back to Oldenburg. There we go. I'm just going to merge some of these troops together. There we go. Then we can fit the extra cavalry in. So what are we missing? We've got cavalry, we've got cannon, grenadiers, 1 more unit of infantry can't hurt, so we'll throw one in from here. And then that army, once it's replenished, a little bit more, we're good to go. 4th army ready. That is pretty much everything there. Minister's popularity. Well, these guys aren't great. Will do. So much trade. Pockets of people hating me still. Spain really doesn't like me too much. I really wish I could take on Spain first rather than France, but unfortunately they're bloody allied. Portugal's only allied by Spain, so that wouldn't bring in... That's a good point. That is how I get war with Spain without France. That will only bring in Spain rather than Spain and Spain's allies. So by attacking Portugal, Spain will probably declare war on me, or they'll at least break the alliance with me. So at least I'll be able to claim Portugal. Haha. Clever. So possibly do that with the army from Naples. Actually no, we need another army. We need another one. Build it in Britain and sail it down. So the first round is just line infantry all the way. And we'll get some more. Brilliant. That's that sorted. So, another end turn phase to quickly progress through. France moving a few troops around, very boring now. France just at war with the Ottomans and the Russians. Holding their ground. Actually no, I lie, they're not at war with the Ottomans, just at war with the Russians. And I don't think the Austrians still do exist. They've just got I think it's Slovakia. They're down there somewhere. They've got one territory left, whereas France is spread out, pretty much captured the entirety of Europe. Okay, so I'm being attacked by the Russians. They mainly bought a lot of veteran cannons as reinforcements. The Ottomans are coming down as well. It seems like they're going to have a ganders. They've got a lot of extra. They've got 400 men per regiment here. But my army will be able to crush them. Unless I get hit by all that artillery, in which case I will die. But that's what I've got cavalry for, to take them down. I will say again at the end of the video, but while this is just loading up and going through the deployment, you know, the usual deployment, there'll be a Fall of the Samurai video. I know I've had 2 Dutch campaign parts go up in a row, but because obviously I went home and had a lovely weekend with my girlfriend for our 1 year's anniversary. Woohoo! Didn't get around to doing a Fall of the Samurai part, but I'm gonna, rather than try and get it done today and out of schedule with what I normally do, and obviously I don't have massive amounts of time, going to play some hockey later. Field hockey, not ice hockey. I'm British, don't you know? I will do the Fall of the Samurai part this Friday for you guys. It will be uploaded this Friday, and then there'll be Guild Wars at the weekend. If you're lucky, Friday there might also be a kind of a new Let's Play. That's again, it's kind of like the Guild Wars one, not massively regular, but if people like it, I'll do more regular features. And that's War of the Roses. I know a lot of other YouTubers have started doing it. If you saw me recently, I was with I was recorded playing with Prince of Macedon and Jackie Fish, and we had a bit of fun on War of the Roses the other night. And there's a video on Prince of Macedon's channel, so definitely go check that out. And we'll be doing some more videos probably together in the future. Right. I don't know why I bothered to oh no, my cannons can fire from back here. That's fine then. I was starting to think, why am I bothering to unlimber these cannons? Ah, and we've got loads of cannon coming from behind, which we're just going to deploy my cavalry to take out. Shouldn't have deployed that cavalry all the way over there. Whoops. Oh well. My cannons firing onto the Russians' position, doing a fair bit of damage. I'm pushing forward to create a great V with my infantry, so they're funneled against my troops, and so they will all die horrifically. But yeah, War of the Roses is great fun. I'm sure a lot of you have seen me play it on Steam lately. Awesome game. I recommend getting it. And I'm also looking to do a kind of series with it, in fact, of finding a server and do some one-on-one dueling with other commentators and see who is the best medieval knight or archer or what have you. as well as just some big old battles. Okay. Yep. Killed the reinforcing generals. General? Or the reinforcing army's general, rather, I should say. And we're about to be attacked by these hussars. So we're going to get one unit to take out them, and the other unit is just going to go straight into all of this artillery here and just cause a lot of problems. These guys will be reinforced by my other cavalry when they eventually get here. Are these guys just walking? No, they're running. In fact, one unit is just going to go up here. They're going to be so tired by the end of this. They're already tired. That's a huge map. So here we go, just charging into all these cannons now. Whoa, they started firing at unlimited fired. I was not expecting that, but I'm now going to just charge right into all of them. They might actually beat me back because they've got quite veteran crews. One of the reinforcing cavalry units is going to charge into that hussar unit, while the other one is going to go straight for the cannons. So let's see how the Russians are deploying against me. So I'm just going in a straight line towards death. These guys here, I'll push up, flank them. In the middle, we're going to come together with these two units. And here, similarly, start the deadly flank round. And that should finish those off in the centre quite nicely. Here, my cavalry still chasing after the Russians. And my other cavalry has managed to absolutely decimate the artillery forces. Well done to them. They don't actually need this other cavalry unit here, so they're going to push up the right flank now after that. The Russian cavalry charging in here, slaying the artillery, their veteran artillery, the pride of the Russian army, destroyed. Lots of cannons here broken on the field. So I'll bring this cavalry up here to this house as well. Finally caught up with the Russian cavalry. Should be able to bring them down now. The Russian infantry pushing towards my lines on both sides. You can see I've encircled them in a horseshoe shape. And they're sending hussars against me now. Steady volleys from all my men working their way. I'm going to form square with this unit against this cavalry, the Cossack cavalry, the Lancers, which are moving towards my men. Likewise on this flank, and we're also going to charge in with my cavalry, but got to be careful, got to time it just right because these guys are Lancers. And they're going in towards the infantry, towards the square. Their charge has stopped, their speed and momentum, which will give them that bonus, has stopped, which means my guard, my horse guards, my dragoons, should be able to charge in against them. And between that and the infantry square, they should be utterly annihilated. Now I'm going to push up with this infantry here. Try and finish these guys off. Get my cannons now firing just on these units here.
Glorious victory, sir.
Yes.
Soon to be yours.
Glorious victory. More cavalry. Pull them up here. Cossacks still darting around here. My square. Holding them up, but they're managing to break into my lines now. They are raising up, but they will be hit by the square, and they won't be able to make it through. We might actually go for a bit of a melee charge with this unit against the Russians. Here, the Russian forces just collapsing. I'm going to push forward against that line infantry, which is reforming, and in the centre as well. Get on this ridge to fire directly into the flanks. And their units are breaking. We've charged in here. Devastating charge. The Russians broken. And now we've got the cavalry as well. We're just going to send them straight for the cannons. With my cavalry, which is turned up. March right up to the top of this hill here to take down the Russians. My cavalry as well continue to harass the other Russian general. And we're now just pushing forward just to chase after them. These guys here, they can stay. There's no point just charging with every single one I've got when I'm pretty much owning them all. This guy's firing a volley into my line. Once these guys have reloaded, they'll be able to unleash a deadly fire by rank volley on the enemy. Their cavalry has seen my cavalry. While we're taking out their cannons, they're going to get decimated in the middle. Here we go, here's the volley. They've got fire by rank as well, it looks like. Come on, second rank. Come on, chaps, fire your second volley. Sod it, we'll charge. Cavalry has obliterated their cavalry. And we're just finishing off their cannons now. And just charge into this unit here. Good strong charge from my men. Push them right back. Their artillery is the only thing that's still lasting here. My cavalry descends upon it, encircling them and causing merry hell. And that is the end of the Russian forces, and hopefully the occupation of Istanbul. Ah, we've got a general who's come back over here. That's the end of the battle, and we're going to end it there. Heroic victory, apparently. Against great odds of all those veteran cannons which never made it up the slope. So, I lost 589 of my men, just over 10%. I think that's pretty darn good. Ah, Denmark has finally sallied out against me. Copenhagen, your last stand against... Oh, let's take a look at this. 13,000 men against, I believe, around about 3,000. Can't remember what it actually said on the screen. Not only will my computer probably die trying to run this, but actually no, not all the reinforcements will come in one go. Actually, just remembered, because I didn't enable 40-unit armies. Otherwise, they would have done. But that just gets too laggy, to be honest. But it will mean once I start losing men, they will start reinforcing from hopefully their flanks. But my main army should be able to crush them anyway, because this is my veteran force. We've dug in, we can actually dig in, which I think I will do. I do like these defensive battles. We'll get them with trenches. Not too worried about the cavalry charges, we can just form square. So each side of the artillery, which will be just deployed straight away in the centre. Try and get this artillery piece forward a bit, but it's a nightmare, pathfinding of it. Oh, just stay there. Jumping cannons. There we go, that'll do. I'm not going to bother entrenching them, because I would like a bit of freedom with them. The elite infantry group 4, right flank again. These guys are going to have cavalry traps there, and then my cavalry groups 5 and 6. Mainly actually going to place them all. I'm actually going to place them all over on the right flank in 2 separate groups. Put my general here, and there we go. We start. So the Danish have all deployed behind Copenhagen, and they're now having to move forward because they've got to get right out here, which will be in a really nice range of all my troops before they can even start attacking me. But I've got a few things set up before I just sort of set it to fast forward for a bit, which is mainly to have my cavalry set here, just on the flanks a little bit, where they will spring a trap later. And pretty much I've got to fast forward it now. I know I've got a time limit on here, 60 of an hour, and that will just give the time for the Dutch troops, the Danish troops even, to move forward. You see they're slowly progressing through the city on lovely 2 frames per second right now. My cannons will be continually firing. Ideally they would be anyway. Yes, they are, but they just don't seem to be doing anything. Once the troops get to the other side of the city there, most of them going around it, the artillery is getting stuck in the middle of it. Good old AI. Thank you very much. The troops jumping through and fast forward. Sort of super speed. Not the most clear-cut way of doing it, but it works. And also should, I probably should say at the beginning, but apologies this isn't a Tuesday upload. I didn't get a chance to record this until now, Wednesday, so this will be uploaded, obviously Wednesday for you guys. But back to my usual schedule, I still am getting some people asking me when am I uploading the next part of like campaigns, literally straight away as I've just uploaded one part. Just to clarify, I will put a message on my channel in the About Me section now that while I'm at uni, my upload days will only be Tuesdays and Fridays, and then occasionally something on the weekend. Those are my kind of set days for upload, so if you're wondering when the next part of a set of the Dutch campaign will be, it will always be a Tuesday, ideally, if I can do it, and Fall of the Samurai will always be a Friday. If there's parts uploaded in between, then those are just extra, and well, hey, extra parts sort of thing. I'm going to start playing now. But yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays are my main upload days, and then probably either Saturday or Sunday for some Guild Wars or War of the Roses, or perhaps even Fridays as well. But yeah, Tuesdays, Fridays, main days, just to clarify. Okay, so there's militia on the flank, and I'm just going to charge in with my cavalry, springing my trap, because they can't form square, and they will be annihilated. I'm just going to pick off at their flanks to start with. So, their infantry making its way towards me. Really should have put these sharpshooters in loose formation, actually. Do that now, quickly. But my men starting firing now in the centre. My cannons, in fact, can probably switch to canister shot. Yes, they
Glorious
can.
victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Apparently, glorious victory already. So that obviously went well. Try and take out these Norwegian Fusiliers unless they form square before I can get a charge in. And we're charging the flanks of the foot infantry here. They couldn't form square, and they're going to face a full charge from, it's like 2 regiments of cavalry. 3, I lie. Charging into the flanks here of the line infantry, which have turned around a little bit to face me, but not enough. And that will break them shortly. My cannons will be unleashing canister shot hopefully very soon against these 2 units. Yes, here we go, it's going to hurt. Come on. Oh, and they've broken. Still going to hurt the Marine Corps. These guys have made it through though. Charging in. So we're going to try and defend my cannons by charging in with line infantry from both sides. And then cavalry is just going to kind of charge down the flanks. Now trying to mop up and eliminate the infantry there. And this cavalry here is going to, like a flanking round here, to take out the enemy cavalry. The Schleswig Dragoons, said terribly. And also take out their artillery, which is around the back of the city. Well, actually no, we're taking out the mounted Jaegers now. Mounted Jaegers.
Our men are running, sir.
Ah, that's my artillery piece is gone. I thought that would have happened though. Mounted Jaegers unleashing a volley before my hussars can charge towards them. My light dragoons charging after the enemy dragoons. Here on the flank, my guard hussars, heavy damage taken to that unit, but they are doing rather well. We'll charge them down. Oh, we have been
Our men are running,
charged
sir.
in the centre actually. These guys are doing nothing up here, so we're going to bring them. And these units now need to actually redeploy, like so. I need to get my general out of there as well. And these units to be brought round to help in the centre. My cannons have been destroyed, but we are holding the Danish back. And here in the centre we're trying to push back several units which just charged straight into my men. But we should be able to support them now. And my hussars are not faring well against the Jaegers. Very deadly. Send that unit up there to attack them. These guys, I don't know why they're running. I hate it when it glitches and they don't run. So you really need to be running into position. They are getting there. We've pushed these units back here.
Running,
We've lost a few of mine in the centre, but we should be able to gain them back. Bring around my sharpshooters, and my line infantry are going to come back here, supported by my general. And here the volleys from my reinforcing troops. My unit has been pushed back. They defended the cannons till the last, and the Danish have taken heavy losses and had to commit a vast number of their troops to the cause. Lost the cavalry battle pretty much on the right, but on the left my cavalry is now pushing into the centre of town. Guard hussars are taking out the enemy artillery that's been stuck in here. Wow, these guys did well. The hussars there really fought on. Absolutely annihilated though. Reinforcements have arrived though. From, as I presumed, the flanks. My general staff is all that's got out first. We'll just leave him there, because undoubtedly I'm going to be attacked by the Jaegers shortly, unless he gets more units, because more of mine need to rout first. So we're going to push forward here. We're now facing these Danish troops. In the centre they've got grenadiers, in fact. Pushing up against the enemy forces, and we're going to flank these guys up here. I'm trying to take out their general, which is going towards mine up there, it would seem. In the centre, thinking about going for the mounted Jaegers, but I don't want to lose my guard hussars. So I'm just going to watch them for now, see what they do. If they decide to go for my general or not. He is a very tempting target out there. I want to see how they react to my dragoons over here as well, charging in against the enemy general. And if I can catch them with a flanking charge, that should break them very quickly. So now I'm going to try and capture them off guard. Ah, we've got more dragoons here. Have come in. We've inspired them. We're going to charge them with the general as well. So this should work out quite nicely, in fact. With the guard hussars, we're going to take out the artillery, which has now been left completely undefended. Flank the remaining forces in the centre. They've all been broken. Take out the cannons on the left now with my light dragoons, which have returned. and try and take out the enemy general. We've got more cavalry now charging into the fray, supporting my general. His reinforcements have arrived just in time to help out my cavalry. Gartasar's gaining a lot of veterancy this battle, and doing ruddy well at clearing out the cannons, as this unit of light cavalry is about to do here.
We have killed their generals. Now they must break.
We've also managed to kill their generals, smashing. They're breaking all around. Finish off this unit which has returned here. As well as this one, but 3 units now remain. The cavalry, the general has all been annihilated. That unit will probably break pretty quickly. There's just a few units of line infantry left. Grenadiers caught completely unawares. My cavalry charges straight through their ranks. And they can now continue on to this unit, which is about to be charged into by my line infantry. And they've broken at the sight of my charge. And that is the capture of Copenhagen. Or at least it should be. I don't think any of them have survived enough. A heroic victory. Hopefully not too many losses. Okay, we had 14,001 troops in that against just under 5,000, so 3 times the number of forces there, and not too many lost from our own there. Okay, a few troops still left in Copenhagen. I'll try and beat them next turn. No! Bloody Ottomans have nicked Istanbul from me. Well, that's just not fair. No, 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 no. I was having that. I can't afford a war with the Ottomans just yet, because they've got actually pretty darn good troops. Bugger. That's annoying. So I have to pick them up now. I have to get out of there. We try and take the Austrians out here at Croatia. That's where we'll have to go. I'm just going to save that battle for another time, so we'll retreat for now, back into French-controlled territory. Here, all these troops doing well. We're about to take Copenhagen, so I can bring these troops in here because... Okay, good to auto-resolve this. Can't possibly lose that one. Brilliant, smashing. Peacefully occupy Copenhagen, please. Trade to get gained. Ah, he's a bloody good general now. Look at all the stars. Lots of stars. Smashing. Better repair these buildings. That is pretty much a wrap for now. I'm just going to get these guys to deploy here. At war with Sweden, so we can jump across there. We could do, if the port was open, we'll have to eject them from that port with some ships and bring the other armies up. But we've done well. Copenhagen has been claimed this turn. Naples next turn. Istanbul was stolen from us by the Ottomans, but we will get there. I'm just going to increase my income even more by claiming these spices for the Dutch. My prosperity is apparently spectacular. My prestige rank is respected. Treasury doing rather well. Good stuff. That is where I'm going to wrap up this 1 hour part. Remember, 400 likes gets you another 1 hour part next time, next Tuesday. If it doesn't reach 400 likes, it's just a regular 30-40 minute part. As always, I hope you enjoyed. Please do remember to comment, rate, subscribe, thumb up this video. At the end of this video, there should be a new kind of outro screen where you'll actually be able to click on the previous episode, and when I upload the next episode, they'll all link together from now on. So that's something that I've had done for me, as well as my new background for my channel. So a new outro slide picture, so you guys can see the next episode and what have you. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed this part. Apologies that it's Wednesday this is being uploaded and not Tuesday. And Fall of the Samurai will be up Friday. and possibly some War of the Roses in the meantime. So yeah, comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys again soon. Ciao.